Guys, it is literally like rainy and cold outside. Like right now. Like, ugh. I tell you, it is like crazy. Like, oh my god. Like when I got home, like when I was at the trolley station, leaving like my class, I was like, I had to wait in the rain, like, ugh. And my hands were like chilly and freezy. But anyways, I think maybe it's time we move on to, this week's Nostalgic Friday. So, cartoon crossovers. I mean, come on. They've happened here and there, and they're amazing. I mean, they're one of the best things to ever love in a childhood. Although there are some that aren't so good, but there are some that could be good. So today I'm going to be talking about a few crossovers that maybe some of you may have heard of or not. Or like some that are good and some that aren't very good, but I decided to include them because I don't know, they might interest you. So anyways, let's get started. So the first one is actually something a lot of you may have never heard of, and well, I actually stumbled upon this when I was looking for, what crossovers to talk about. And the first one is Mickey's 60th birthday, which is a 1988 television special broadcast on the on the Magical World of Disney on November 13, 1988 on NBC. As the title suggests, it was produced for the 60th anniversary of Mickey Mouse character. Like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, which had been recently released at the time. Much of the footage featured in the film is live action with newly made animation, although some of the animation used for some scenes was made for existing footage. Yeah, proven by Mushka Woonson. I'm sorry if I read that wrong. It was rebroadcast on Disney Channel Europe on November 18, 2008 to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the special, as well as Mickey's 80th birthday. Okay, and I thought maybe while we're here, why don't we read the plot? Because obviously we barely know anything about it, so let's see. Mickey Mouse's 60th birthday special is being taped as his appearance in the show draws to a close as Mickey finds himself trying to decide how he should present himself to his audience. Rampaging through an old trunk, he finds the magic hat from the Sorcerer's Apprentice segment of Fantasia and considers using it, but he is warned by the sorcerer who owns the hat, who was not yet said, really? Oh, really? That he shouldn't be using other people's magic when he has his own, which Mickey instantly doesn't understand. Okay, really? I mean, I didn't actually own Fantasia on DVD, but I think I remember my once going to my grandmother's house, and I don't know, she had like the movie, and I don't know, and I just watched it, just to entertain me while my folks were like talking with her, talking boring grown-up stuff, if you know what I mean. And I just watched it, although I kind of forgot half of it afterwards. Yeah. Although, don't you think maybe Mickey would have learned his lesson after that first time trying? I mean, really. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah, doesn't it end with that in mind? Mickey goes out on stage along with his birthday cake provided by Roger Rabbit, who realizes that he placed a stick of dynamite on the cake instead of a candle. Ah, no! In his attempt to put the dynamite out, Roger ends up destroying the set, which promotes Mickey to use the magic from the hat to repair the damage. The audience screams for more, and Mickey agrees to do so, but when he does, he suddenly vanishes. Oh no. The sorcerer, annoyed that Mickey disobeyed his warnings, decides to to teach the mouse how to find his own kind of magic by casting a spell on him in which anyone he runs into fails to recognize him as Mickey Mouse. The mouse is then returned to the real world where he's found by Andy Kent of Andy Keaton of Family Ties, who mistakenly believes him to be a good impression of the real thing. Andy shows Mickey off to Merle and Jennifer, but when they're not convinced, even Andy turns him down. Dejected, Mickey goes to the bar from Cheers. Wow! Only to realize he has no money to buy himself a drink. He then sings the happy birthday song to Rebecca Howard, cheering her up so much that she takes him out to dinner and the movie. Meanwhile, the Walt Disney Company has organized a search party led by singer Rick Hunter from Hunter to find the missing Mickey, which was reported on a local news show. In the process, actors Dudley Goody, John Ritter, and Mia Loud, Jill Elizabeth Berry. I'm sorry if I can't pronounce these people's names. I'm just not that good at it. Okay, begin to suspect Donald Duck after being told of how upset he was that he wasn't going to appear in Mickey's special. Their suspicions go even further when they find old footage in Donald's trash and of Donald doing his own version of the Mickey Mouse Club of theme song. And Donald is soon arrested after he tries unsuccessfully to testify his innocence. He claimed that that the kidnapper was either Minnie Mouse, the guy who framed Roger Rabbit, the Wicked Witch, or Porky Pig. Donald is to be represented by the legal front of McKenna Brackman, Cheryl, and Zion as they continue with their reports on the search. The reporters show vanish clip montages of Mickey and vanish tributes. As the special is near its end, Mickey returns to Disneyland, where a Sherman mops over the fact that he can't see any point of his profession if the guest of honor isn't going to show up for his own birthday party. A fellow Carney resident then sings a song called "It's Magic" to cheer him up, with Mickey accomplishing the entrance song and dance number. At this point, the sorcerer reappears and congratulates Mickey. Now that he's finally found his own magic. Sorry, where? Oh, shoot, I lost my spot. Found his own magic inside him, and the prince breaks the spell. Just as the sorcerer exits, Roger rushes up to Mickey and instantly recognizes him. The news of Roger having found Mickey is brought to the news, and the innocent Donald is released from jail just in time to join Mickey's birthday celebration. Soon, a parade appears, taking Mickey to the Disneyland Castle, where Minnie is. People in the parade throw him up to the balcony to the castle where Minnie is standing. Finally, Mickey and Minnie are reunited. Also making cameo appearances are several reporters of NBC stations, including Alison Moore of WGRZ TV and Sue Simmons of WNBC TV. Yep. And that's basically, well, you know, the whole plot. Yeah, I know that was pretty long. So yeah, so I gotta say, quite interesting. Although it did end up on the worst list of where I found it. But yeah. Anyways, why don't we move on? Okay, so the next one, I've actually heard of this one from a lot of people, and I know maybe some of you probably don't like it because it's not real. Because I know for a fact some people say it wasn't all that good and all, but I'm going to include it anyways. So, anyways, we got the Simpsons guy, aka the Simpsons and Family Guy crossover. Right, so, okay, so the Simpsons guy is the first episode of the 13th season of the American animated television series Family Guy, and the 232 32nd overall episode. The Simpsons guy is a 44-minute long crossover with The Simpsons and was written by Patrick Merkin and directed by Peter Shaw. And it originally aired in the United States on September 28, 2014 on Fox, where both The Simpsons and Family Guy have aired since their respective debates. In the episode, the Griffins meet the Simpsons for the first time and decide to stay with them after the Griffins family car is stolen just outside Springfield. After the Griffins get their car back, Peter is taken to court as a representation of the Pawn Patrol Bureau and his employer, when it is discovered that its aisle is an unauthorized copy of Duff Beer. Oh my god. The idea for a crossover episode was suggested by Family Guy executive producer and former Simpsons writer Richard Apple, and the episode was announced by Fox in July 2013. 5 of the 6 main members of the voice cast of The Simpsons, with the exception of Harry Shearer, voiced their characters in the episode. The Simpsons guy was met with a mixed reception by critics who had different opinions on how well the two shows combined. Okay, so why don't we read the plot? Okay, Peter creates a controversial comic panel for the Quaghound newspaper called For Pete's Sake, which angers local women for its melodic humor. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. No, Peter drives the Griffin family out of Quaghound to escape the townspeople. When they stop at a gas station, their car is stolen, leaving them stranded outside Springfield. At the Quickie Mart, Homer Simpson introduces himself to the Griffins and takes them to the Springfield Police Department, where they are turned away by Chief Wiggum. The Simpsons family puts up the Griffin family in their home. Oh my god. Hold on a second. Sorry. Okay, as I was saying, okay, where was I? The Simpsons family puts up the Griffin family in their home until things improve. Bart shows Stewie his slingshot and teaches him how to skateboard, and then they become good friends. When Nelson Marines bullies Bart, Stewie retaliates by kidnapping and torturing Nelson. Oh my god. Meanwhile, Lisa tries to find the talent that Meg has. When she finds that Meg is a natural at the saxophone, she downplays the talent out of jealousy. Chris and Brian take the Simpsons dog, Santa's little helper, for a walk. Brian tries to teach Santa's little helper independence, but the lantern runs off when freed. Marge notices Santa's little helper is missing, and Chris and Brian fake his presence until he eventually returns. Homer and Peter try different plans to find Peter's car. Each one backfires until they discover it is a possession of Hans Moleman when he accidentally runs Peter over. The men celebrate at Moe's Tavern, but relationships sour when Peter tries to introduce Homer to Puntucker Pernally. The drink is revealed to be an imitation of Duff Beer with a label. This results in Duff, represented by the blue-haired lawyer, filing a lawsuit against Pontuck for parent infringement, with Peter forced to defend the Burr to save Quiet House. Fred Flintstone is the judge who presents over the case during the trial. Similar characters from both shows contend with each other, including both shows' versions of James Woods. Fred rules in favor of Duff Beer, but declares that both Patron Patrol Alley and Duff Beer are imitations of his own favorite beer, Bud Rock. The Griffins prepare to return to Quiet House, where Peter faces the purpose of finding a new job. Lisa gives Meg her saxophone, but Peter throws it away, claiming there is no room for any more luggage. Ah, mean. Okay, Stewie points out that he took revenge on not just Nelson, but all Bart's enemies. Nelson, Jumbo Jones, Principal Skinner, Sideshow Bob, and for the sake of making a sarcastically pun, I think that's, I'm really bad at saying some words. Okay. Right. Oh shoot. Shoot, I lost my spot. Where was I? Oh, right. Apu. Bart is sickened by Stewie's violent tones and ends their friendship. Homer tries to explain his actions, but Peter reacts angrily, and the two fight between Peter and the giant chicken. Though Springfield, the pair gain superpowers when they hit the Springfield nuclear power plant. The end then ends up in Kanga's spaceship, where they lose their powers before landing in Springfield Gore. Peter and Homer stop fighting and admit their respect and admiration for each other while agreeing to stay away in the future. Returning home, the Griffins find that the heat from Peter's comic has died down, and that the perimeter is safe. When Lois doubts that the inhabitants of Springfield will visit Quiet House for the 4 ruling, Stewie tries to pretend that he is over Bart, but goes to his room crying while writing "I will not think about Bart anymore" several times on the chalkboard. Okay, there we go. Okay, gotta say, well, even though I've never seen this special, I have to say, kind of strange, if I do say so myself, even if some people say it's not all that good. So anyways, let's move on to the next one. Okay, now this next one, I've actually seen a lot of reviews on this one. This one is called Cartoon All-Stars to the Rescue, and oh boy. So, why don't we talk about it? Okay, Cartoon All-Stars to the Rescue is a 1990 American animated drug abuse prevention television special starring many of the popular cartoon characters from American weekday, Sunday morning and Saturday morning television. At the time of its release, fans by McDonald's, Ronald McDonald's Children's Center, and Chuck E. Cheese's, it was originally simulcast on April 21st, 1990 on all 4 major American television networks by supporting their Saturday morning characters: ABC, CBS, NBC, and Fox, and most independent stations, as well as a vanished cable network. McDonald's and Chuck E. Cheese also distributed a VHS home video edition of it, preceded by Bruce Home Video, which opened an introduction from President George H.W. Bush, First Lady Barbara Bush, and their dog Millie. It was produced by the Academy of Television Arts Sciences Foundation and Southern Star Productions, and was animated overseas by WAG Films. Production, musical. Okay, the musical Wonderful Ways to Say No was written by Academy Award-winning composer Alan Bacon. Oh wow, and lyricist Howard Asman, who also wrote the songs for Disney's Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, and Aladdin. Okay, I didn't even know those two were involved. Gosh. The plot, the exhibits of Michael, a young teenage boy who is using, oh boy, you know what, since we're in that state where YouTube is kind of, trying to get away with trying to, like, have us stop, I'm not gonna say these things because I don't want to get, what's going on. So I'm just, by using, I don't know, I don't know. I don't know how to say. You know what? Here, just a second. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna call it. I think I'm just gonna call it. Just snacks. Yeah, that's pretty much all I'm gonna say. Snacks and stealing his father's drinks. His younger sister Corey is constantly worried about him because he started acting differently when her piggy bank goes missing. Her cartoon tie-in toys come to life to help her find it. After discovering it in Michael's room, along with his flash of snacks, the cartoon characters proceed to work together and take him on a fantasy journey to teach him the risk and consequences of snack abuse can bring. Yeah. Okay. Hey, so, why don't we read the plot to this one as well? Okay, in Corey's room, an unseen person steals her piggy bank from her dresser. The thief is witnessed by Papa Smurf, who emerges from a Smurfs comic book with the other Smurfs and alerts the other cartoon characters in the room. Garfield as a lamp, Alf from a framed picture, Baby Kermit as an alarm clock, Winnie the Pooh as a doll, Alvin the Chipmunks from a record sleeve, and Slimer who passes through a wall. The cartoon characters track down the thief and discover that it is Corey's older brother Michael. Simon opens a box under Michael's bed and identifies the contents as snacks. Meanwhile, Corey expresses her concerns about Michael. Change in behavior. He storms out of the house. The cartoon characters quickly realize that something must be done about his addiction, and they set off, leaving Pooh behind to look after Corey. At the arcade, oh shoot. I don't know, just I don't know, just have bleh. I don't know, just I don't know how to say it. I'm just gonna Michael I don't know, just hangs out with friends. Oh my god. With old friends and you know what, fine. Smoke, an anthropomorphic cloud of smoke. Oh, they run out and are chased into an alley by a policeman, who is then revealed to be Bugs Bunny wearing a policeman's hat. He traps Smoke in a garbage can and uses a time machine he borrowed from Wally E. Carl to see when and how Michael's addiction started. It turns out he became addicted to snacks through peer pressure by some older high school kids after Michael has returned to the present. And he meets up with his friends and they decide they want to do some cookies. He is hesitant until one steals his wallet. He and Smoke chase after her until they fall down a manhole and meet up with Michelangelo, who tells them that the snacks are messing with his brain. Soon after, Baby Kermit, Baby Piggy, and Baby Gonzo take Michael on a tour of the human brain, and Huey, Dewey, Louie, Tigger, and the rest of the cartoon all-stars try teaching Michael the many wonderful ways to say no. Michael wakes up in his room believing the whole thing was nothing but a nightmare. Corey walks in and tries to talk to him, but he loses his temper and angrily yells at her. He comes to his senses and tries to apologize, but she runs out frightened. Sad, and he looks at himself in a small mirror and is shocked to see Alf looking at him. Alf grabs him and pulls him into the mirror. Inside a hall of mirrors, Alf shows Michael his reflection of how he is today, and then this reflection, if he does not stop taking snacks, an aged corpse-like version of himself when he insists that he could quit if he wants to, and that he is in charge of his own life. Al takes him to see the man in charge. He is horrified to see that it is Smoke. Later, Corey and Pooh go back into Michael's room and find his snack box. Smoke appears and throws Pooh inside the cabinet and starts tempting Corey into trying it. She reasons that she does so. She reasons that if she does so, then maybe she and Michael could have fun together like they used to before and start doing snacks. Meanwhile, the snack-inducing carnival in Michael's mind leads him to Daffy Duck, who reads Michael's future in his crystal ball, and it is a sicker version of himself than before. After one last warning from the Cartoon All-Stars, Michael comes back into his room just in time to stop Corey from using the snacks herself. He tells her that he never wants to see her end up like him and admits he was wrong, though he is unsure if he can change. And she advises him to talk about his problem to their parents and to her. Smoke tries to presume him otherwise, but he throws him out the window as he feels that he has listened to him all along. Listened to him long enough. Long enough, I mean. After falling in a garbage truck, Smoke vows to return. After Smoke leaves, all the cartoon characters appear on a poster on Michael's wall as a reminder to always say no when confronted by snacks. Michael smiles at Corey as they go tell their parents about his snack problem. There. Hopefully this video won't get any problems as long as I replaced, well, you know, the one word that was actually used with snacks. I gotta say, considering I've seen reviews of this, I think kind of okay on my part. I mean, this came out when I wasn't. This came out in 1990, which I wasn't even born at the time. But yeah. Anyways, why don't we move on to the next one? Okay, so our next one is The Jetsons Meet the Flintstones. Now, here's one thing. This is another one that I never seen because, again, wasn't born yet. But I've also seen a review on this from Nostalgia Critics, so. And you know what? I think for this one, I'm going to just read, like, you know, what it's about because instead of the plot, because it's awfully long and I don't want this video to last for, like, a long time. So, okay. So The Jetsons Meet the Flintstones is a 1987 animated crossover made for television film produced by Hanna-Barbera for syndication as part of the Hanna-Barbera Superstars 10 series. Hey, just like Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School and, you know, all those other movies, you know, that were made back in 1988, if you know what I mean. Or were all those other movies, you know, with Shaggy, Scooby, and Scrappy, you know, both made the same year? Just curious. Okay, where was I? Oh, yeah. 10 series starring the Flintstones and the Jetsons as they cross paths following a time travel experience gone wrong. Yep. So that's basically what happens. In fact, here's a fact. You know what? I'm not being lazy with reading the plot. Maybe I'll just read half of it. Like, I mean, you know what? Just look how long this is. Look. See? Like, so, yeah. So, I guess maybe, I'm just gonna move on now. Okay, so this next one, well, it didn't really have, a Wikipedia page like the ones we have on here so far, but all I could find was, well, the fandom wiki for this one. So yeah, yep. In fact, here's now another one from a show I've never seen, although I do have distinct memories of seeing, on promos for on television. And it's Ultimate Spider-Man with Jesse. If you don't know, it's that like sitcom on, on Disney Channel, about that girl who's a nanny to these kids. Oh. Yeah, in fact, funny enough, I do remember seeing promos for that episode because, I don't know, back in middle school, I just wanted to try, just giving it a watch for myself, but, didn't really work out too much. Well, it turned out okay, though. But, yeah. So, okay, there's not really too much to the plot, but I'm just gonna read it. So, okay, the episode is actually called Halloween Night at the Museum, Halloween Night at the Museum, which is what it's called, basically is a crossover with Jesse and Ultimate Spider-Man Web Warriors. Oh, okay. Which aired on October 10th, 2014, and okay. Oh my god, and there's some, now here's one thing, I've never seen any Spider-Man series, so I apologize if I may get a few things wrong, because I am not very good with superhero knowledge, I tell ya. I mean, I never watched a superhero movie, I've never really grew to love any, Marvel or DC, cartoons, because, I don't know, they're just not my thing. Although as a kid, I do remember watching a random Batman show on Cartoon Network, which I gotta say, I mean, I would have been embarrassed, but my parents didn't really care. I mean, as long as I was entertained, then it was fine. Although my dad didn't really mind either, because, I mean, whenever he saw me watch it, he's like, "Is that Batman?" I'm like, "Yes." And he was like, "I used to love Batman when I was little." So, anyways, I'll just read the plot now, because, I'm wasting your guys' time. Okay. Jesse comes in possession of a medieval sword that Morgan Le Fay is after. Jesse and Spider-Man then team up to fight Le Fay. Oh my god. And, yeah. So yeah. And here's a bit of trivia. And, well, although even though the plot was short, I thought maybe since we're on the fandom wiki here, I thought maybe I read the trivia. So, okay, this episode double aired with There Goes the Bride. I think that's how There Goes the Bride, which is obviously another episode from this series. This is the second crossover with Disney and Marvel. The second was with Phineas and Ferb. Okay. This is the first animated episode, but it starts off as live action. Are you sure? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I kind of made a mistake here. This episode aired the same day as the Jesse episode, There Goes the Bride. Oh, wait, it's from Jesse, my bad. Oh my god, I'm really bad at, I'm sorry, people. Now, okay, so here's one thing I will say about this. Now, I have never seen this episode because, well, I mean, I did watch some Jesse, but I never really wanted to look at their Disney XD stuff. because it just wasn't really my cup of tea, to me, in my opinion. Also, never grew to love superheroes, even though except one, but he's not owned by Marvel or DC. Hashtag Danny Phantom rocks. So yeah. I have to say, this is kind of a strange crossover. I mean, come on, Jesse's a live action show and you're adding like an animated like superhero show with it. But hey, I guess they needed something for money. Okay. You know what? Let's move on. Okay, so this next one comes from a show. I think some of you may know it. I pretty much do. I mean, because again, as a kid, I randomly watched what the heck was on TV at the time. I mean, on both Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network. And sometimes Disney, although that was mostly at friends' house. Although it wasn't until middle school when, I started doing it again. And I have seen this show. I mean, I remember Cartoon Network rerunning it a few times. In fact, I kind of have a distinct memory of this show, of this episode actually airing on TV once. And, I actually just was like, oh, okay, so this is like a crossover with Scooby-Doo. Okay. Anyways, it is the Johnny Bravo and Scooby-Doo crossover. Alright, so just like the Ultimate Spider-Man and Jesse one, couldn't find the Wikipedia page, so we're on the fandom page. Alright, Bravo Doobie-Doo is the second and last segment of the third episode of the first season of Johnny Bravo. Okay, so the premise in this is Johnny Bravo gets help from the gang while looking for his missing aunt. Okay, so I think I could read it. Okay, on a stormy night, Johnny Bravo's car breaks down. Just to his luck, the mystery machine drives up to Johnny after flagging the gang down. He explains that he broke down on a trip to his aunt Josephine's house. Johnny finally convinces the gang to drive him there to tell them her house is haunted, to which all the teens exclaim Jinkies, which confuses Johnny. Naturally, Johnny harasses Daphne on the way there. I mean, come on, I've watched this show before and I know he's into the ladies. Okay, moving on. Okay, Johnny and the gang get to Aunt Josephine's house, where a threatening voice yells, "Get out!" They all begin hunting for Johnny's aunt, looking inside a grandfather clock under the rug and anywhere else your aunt wouldn't be. This leads Scooby and Shaggy to find the ghostly gardener inside a broom closet, which sends the two running and crashing into Johnny and a dreamy-eyed Velma. Johnny and Velma emotionally switch glasses, which causes great shame on Johnny to be seen without his own shades. He then sternly tells Velma to never touch his sunglasses again. Oh my god. But she isn't bothered by it. The entire gang and Johnny check on the closet, only to find the ghostly gardener to have disappeared, leaving behind a flower-covered rake. This, of course, means it's time to split up and look for clues. Daphne will go in the basement with Velma, only for Fred to make a suggestive look at Daphne, who then quickly tells Velma to go with Shaggy and Scooby while they go off with Fred. But Velma and Scooby go ahead by themselves, leaving just Johnny and Shaggy with the lantern. The lanterns on. Intense is heading for the kitchen. Okay, Shaggy checks on the pantry, where they again find the ghostly gardener who chases them, but not before Johnny fixes his hair. What follows is a chase that includes disguises and running in and out of several doors, where they run into Scooby and Velma, and eventually Fred and Daphne. The gang continue to run as Daphne complains about her high heels, which is when Johnny's stuck stuck on a chandelier, claims he'll help her out, but he just falls off, putting down the chandelier and onto the ghostly gardener after unmasking several red Hermes. It is revealed to be Aunt Jenny, who attempts to scare off Johnny because he is an embarrassment to the family. She is very angry, and the gang, who apologetically asks if there's anything they can do to make it up to her. She has the perfect idea by getting them to tie Johnny to a tree. Angela then travels with the gang in the Mystery Machine, wanting to go someplace fun with her handsome new friend, i.e. Shaggy, who gulps at the thought. He snickers out of the back to say his catchphrase as they drive away. Johnny is left wondering what to do. When Speed Buggy shows up offering him a lift, Johnny is left feeling more than wild. Okay, so I gotta say, an interesting one, to say the least. So yeah, why don't we move on? So the last one on this list, which is actually one I actually have fond memories of from when I was growing up. Now, you all know I'm a Nickelodeon fan, and I'm sure Nickelodeon's had a few crossovers. I mean, come on. I mean, we had the Rugrats and Our Real Monsters in, like, you know, the 90s. There was also Rugrats and the Wild Thornberries in, like, I don't know, 2003 or something. And there was even, you know, iParty with Victorious. Like, you know, that iCarly and Victorious special. Oh, and who could also forget, you know, maybe that, you know, that short Nickelodeon posted on their YouTube channel, like, you know, the Fairly Odd Phantom with, you know, Timmy with the Fairly Odd Parents, Danny Phantom, Tough Puppy, and Bubs is a Beast, and, well, probably the one that everyone probably would wish they forgot. Fairly Odd Parents and Bubs is a Beast, which is what I've never seen. Well, then again, I've never seen the Rugrats and the All Real Monsters one, but yay. But I want to talk about the one that we all remember fondly of, and that is the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour, you know, the crossover with Jimmy Neutron and the Fairly Odd Parents. Oh my god, I remember watching these films. They were so good. I mean, and not to mention that later they even came up with games. Only this time Jimmy and Timmy actually didn't just team up. Oh no, Danny and SpongeBob joined them. Like, you know, I'm serious, Nickelodeon. I want you to make a series based off of this, or possibly a movie. Come on, Nickelodeon, give us all. Come on, Nickelodeon, you better have enough money for that. I mean, come on, I'm sick of your live action stuff. Well, then again, I mean, you did say you are making like something with, you are making like a little thing. You did make, I guess, a little, like, you are now teaming up with Netflix that you might make new stuff. Maybe that could happen? Who knows? Anyways, I'll just read, you know, what happens. So, the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour is a television crossover film trilogy set between the universes of The Adventures of Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius, and The Fairly Odd Parents. The series consists of 3 films: the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour, Jimmy Timmy Power Hour 2, When Nerds Collide, and Jimmy Timmy Power Hour 3, the Jerkinator. Wow. The films premiered on Nickelodeon between 2004 and 2006 and were subsequently released to home video. The specials combine 2D animation and CGI. And so I think maybe I'll just read, you know, what each film's about. So okay, so the first TV movie premiered on Nickelodeon on May 7, 2004, Struggling with his science project, Timmy Turner wishes that he could be sent to the best laboratory in any universe. When his fairy godparents, Cosmo and Wanda, fulfill this wish, Timmy is sent to Retroville, the fictional universe of Child Prodigy Jimmy Neutron, who's sent to Dimmsdale in Timmy's universe when he activates a magical transporter created by Cosmo and Wanda. As they attempt to return to their respective settings, the characters interact with the vanished side characters of each universe, and Timmy becomes romantically involved with Jimmy's classmate, Cindy Vortex. But Timmy's meddling with honored Jimmy's robotic dog and the seizure of the magic transporter of Jimmy by Mr. Crocker, Timmy's insane teacher both threaten each character's world in turn. Okay, and now the second one. The second TV movie aired on Nickelodeon on January 16, 2006. Timmy and Jimmy enter each other's worlds for a second time, both wanting... Yeah, okay, where was I? Oh yeah, both wanting to ask Cindy out to their school dance celebrating Friday the 13th. In an attempt to gain Cindy's affection, the two engage in a battle of smarts that sends Jimmy and his friends to Dimmsdale. As Jimmy seeks to prove that Jimmy is a scientist, Cosmo and Wanda struggle to keep their existence a secret from the people of Retroville. Meanwhile, Professor Calamitous, who is of Jimmy's universe, unleashes a surge of anti-fairies from Fairy World that threatens to remain of Timmy's Earth. Head fairy Jorgen von Strangle of Timmy's universe gets angered by Jimmy's and Timmy's friends and their molestation of fairy magic. Okay, now we move on to the third one. Oh, and funny enough, I just realized both the second one and the third both came out in 2006. Isn't that unbelievable? Okay, where was I? Oh yeah. Okay. The third and final TV movie premiered on Nickelodeon on July 22nd, 2006. In their third and final encounter, Timmy and Jimmy make their while trying to defeat the enemies of their own universes, including a monster that they connect together while accidentally rejecting their respective friends in the process, including Cindy, until they are unable to make the monster evil, though, to fight them properly. But when they succeed, they're absorbed. Cosmo and Wanda's magic and Jimmy's intelligence is being destroyed both children's universes. Okay, so that's basically all of them. Now let's see. I wonder if I thought maybe they had something. I thought maybe they had something to do with Nicktoons Unite, but I guess not. Anyways, that's pretty much all I gotta say about all those crossovers. Man. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. And well, we'll see you later. Bye!